Soon after entering the fortress through a secret entrance and leaving Oswalda, Midget and Eagle Eye behind, the Fellowship discovered the rotting corpse of the dwarf Foy. Among Foy's remains, the Fellowship found a notebook filled with messy draft maps of the fortress and showing the way to the haunted dungeon. A short note written in common tongue confirmed that Dulin was still kept prisoner in there, and that he had discovered that a third dwarf character named Flonar was still alive, and that Dulin had uncovered yet another terrible secret on the way. But Foy had to flee before a certain evil in the shadows and could not manage to exit the fortress after being stricken by a goblin arrow. The Fellowship began to explore the deep of the fortress, looking for a way towards the dungeon where they hoped to find the captive dwarf Dulin. As they made their way through this immense complex of tunnels and corridors, ancient halls, stairways and underground bridges, the Fellowship came across an orc patrol that was having a conversation on the topic of the mysterious Murky, who, it seems, is a very ancient being of unknown origin. But our heroes got spotted, and a fight ensued, where, while being victorious, Targon ended up badly injured. As the company took a moment of rest to heal themselves, Murky tried to ambush them just as they dropped their guard for a moment. But Red Dog spotted the strange creature at the last second, and Murky disappeared behind the smoke of one of his mushroom tricks. Exploring further, the Fellowship got lost and ended up in the torture chambers of the fortress. There, they discovered that Flonar was kept inside an iron maiden. The dwarf appeared drugged, tortured, and trapped in such a way that any attempt to free him from the cage would trigger its deadly mechanism. But Flonar, with as little life force as he had left within him, managed to tell the company that he had hidden the key to the Forbidden Realm inside him. Flonar asked the Fellowship to kill him and to take the key from his stomach. Targon took upon himself to fulfill these last wishes and did what had to be done.
Yep. Now we just have to figure out what the Forbidden Realm is.
Yeah.
Let's do a little check-up on character, check-up on how they feel. Starting with Targon. Just after Red Dog turned back and entered the room, and Targon said that it is done.
Targon is feeling his wounded shoulder, like it itches and it gives him pain, but that is reassuring, a real physical pain. But then he looks at his bloodied hand that he just had inside the body of a dead dwarf, and cannot I cannot help but feeling that disgust, a bit of disgust of having had to do such a thing, and also that since this journey began, a lot of things have happened that he really is starting to regret having taken upon them to do this mission.
Wow. Okay. Intense. How is Ariel feeling?
I was full of admiration for his friend Targon for having done that. Also feels a little bit bad that he didn't volunteer for the deed himself, but it's such a dark thing that he recoiled from it, and is realizing that this, wherever this will lead, it's leading to a dark place, and This was just the beginning, perhaps, of a series of really, really dark deeds. And as a very wise elf once said, if you look into the abyss will look back into you, right? So yeah, so it's a bit worrying that, especially if a day comes when we'll become used to it, then that's the day when the shadow will take permanent hold. Right? So yeah, I'm full of misgivings now. Ariel is.
Interesting. Red Dog, how you doing?
Well, I guess I'm quite on the edge, and I feel a bit as if I were in a kind of a dream or nightmare. I've never been under cave, I suppose. So this is kind of itching me, probably. I feel as if I've lost connection, in a sense, with the earth, and with the earth above and the woods, I suppose, the open sky. So that puts me on the edge. I suppose also the incident with Murky has had an effect on me. So I tend to look around at any shadow that might be projected by our torches, and keep my towards one of us cave, or I will be wary from now on. I haven't looked too much into what they were doing, but I was a bit shocked also at the state of the dwarf as well.
All right. Red Dog, you're holding the torch. Ariel, I guess, too, was lighting the way for Targon to do the job. So
Yes.
you can possibly either shut one of the torches or go keep going with two of them.
Yeah,
I'm not
if
going
the
to.
number of torches is becoming a thing, then maybe we should just have one lit torch at any one time so that we can save them.
I agree.
It's a bit precarious, because if that torch goes out, we are immediately plunged into darkness. But maybe that's what we should do.
I'll let you guys recover from that and decide what you want to do yourself. You're still in this cell attached to the main chamber of this torture chamber hall. It's pretty quiet, and still this atmosphere of somehow the air sometimes throbbing, like woof. You see the smoke doesn't really know where to go, but sometimes like you have this movement, like woof. The air throbs, and something like an echo of a cry, or a shout, or some kind of weird sounds coming from afar. You really have the feeling that you're in a big complex. Yeah. Right.
I think we're on our way to this, to this, is it maze, and then according to the map that I deciphered, to the maze, and then to the haunted dungeon, right? I think that's where we were heading.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we already, for example, are in the maze or not, or we are still to get there. It's unclear to me. As a player, I don't know if my character would have a better idea.
You have a couple rolls more to do to get back on track and finish the skill endeavor. that you're now at 2 attempts and 0 successes.
Yeah.
And that's where you guys are at, with the map in your hands and your general sense of orientation. You should be able to you were a bit astray right now, but you should be able to get back on track somehow soon enough. And try start the scene in character, guys. Just so it will be more, it will be shorter and more efficient as to decision making and stuff like that.
We should proceed. We should proceed in trying to find this place in the map, the maze, and then the haunted dungeon. Perhaps there we'll see more. We'll find more information about this forgotten kingdom that this key refers to. It seems to be something important, unless some of you know something about it.
One little note: it isn't sure now if he said forgotten or forbidden. Just to let you know.
So, would my character know of a forbidden realm? Something that is known by that term, from lore, from reading, from oral tradition.
Do a lore test.
Okay. No. I have. I have advantage. I don't know what this is called here. So.
Okay. But
So it didn't count. The eye didn't count.
I saw the eye and it was like.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Again.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But I wrote two.
I know.
Fitness.
No worries.
So 14.
Well, you know the answer to that. You do. Oh, you all do. Start with an M.
Oh.
Mordor?
The other M. The other one. M-O, yeah? M-O.
The one that
yeah.
also starts with a K and ends with a doom.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The key to Moria.
Moria, really? Moria. Okay, so Moria is known.
The music is the answer.
Right. Okay. Moria, the kingdom of Moria, the ancient dwarven kingdom of Khazad-dûm, has been known as the Forbidden Kingdom.
Do I know about Moria?
Roll a lore.
Can't hear you.
You're mute.
Roll it. Roll it.
Lore.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's a very popular thing to talk about between dwarves. It's rather something they keep to themselves. Never heard of Moria.
I want to know if I know of Moria too. So.
Moria. I've never heard, please.
Really? 14 out of 15? Damn it. Well, anyway. So I've never heard about Moria.
Is it a kingdom of dwarves?
It was a great kingdom of dwarves in past ages, but it's forbidden to enter right now. It's in the Misty Mountains, near the Lorien. It goes through the mountains of Misty Mountains. You can get into one side on Lorien, near Lorien, and leave on the other side on Eriador. But it has been I don't know how very few people have been there for a long time. I don't know what state it's in right now. Would I know about that there is some danger in Moria right now? At this point in time, I'm not sure if that's something that people know.
No, I don't think you know the reason
Balrog
why
there.
it is forbidden to go there.
So it appears to have some sort of curse or some great danger or something that warns all from entering there. But it used to be a thriving and great kingdom of the dwarves, where Mithril was used to be excavated in great amounts. The kingdom of Eregion was used to have some agreement with them. They used Mithril, and they did great things together. But like all things in this world, that all passed, and now there is only some far off. It's only known as some far off place where you should never stray close to, and or ever go inside. That's all I know. And I don't even know. I didn't know there was a key to it. All of this is very, very exciting because
But yes,
they say an old kingdom of dwarfs. That means there are great things in there from ages past. It's something warms my heart.
Yes,
the
knowledge.
idea of possibly exploring those depths, but there is great danger too.
So maybe the dwarves came here looking for this key. Or maybe this Flonar brought the key with him.
This whole fortress has been here for a long time. It's not just
this fortress used to be a dwarf fortress too, right?
Yeah. Yes. So maybe they had in the past age or a long time ago had some sort of trade with Moria or something, and they somehow got a key to that kingdom, some way of gaining entrance to that kingdom.
Dargon, you still have the key in your hand right now, and you look at it closely.
Yes. I give it to Arian while he's speaking, because I do not know about Moria and cannot read the dwarf markings.
Yeah,
I trust in him for all the knowledge related things.
Actually, it's a common. It's like a dwarven way to write the command tongue. You have something written in there, the command tongue. Then it says, 17th pillar, Dimril stair. The 17th.
Sorry, 17 pillars.
17th. The 17th pillar, Dimril stair.
Dimril. That rings a bell. Dimril. I think there is a valley called Dimril Dale near Lorien.
I wrote it in the Foundry chat. 17th pillar, Dimril stair.
Yeah, this thing is about geography and close to Lorien. Maybe I would know that, but Dimril Dale is a place. Is a valley on the east side of the Misty Mountains.
Is it the valley of the Mirrormere? Where they end up? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
17th pillar. I propose that is where the key should be inserted. Somehow there is an entrance to the fortress or kingdom of Moria in there, in the 17th pillar somehow. I think that's what this refers to. But we won't know until we get there.
Dear
But,
friend,
okay.
I think we are right now under the earth in a dwarven
Yes.
fortress. We have pressing matters before thinking of getting entrance to another one.
Yes, but it's Moria, a name of legend.
I mean, pardon me if I do not share your enthusiasm.
In fact, the doors, the main door to Moria was built by the great Celebrimbor. It's a great wonder of the entrance to Khazad-dûm is a great wonder of the elf. It was built by one of the great elfin smiths of all time, Celebrimbor.
I didn't know he built the gate himself. He did. The grandson of
entrance,
Flonar.
yes, the one with the moonshine thing. I think it's Celebrimbor.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, let me. But yes, I think
It's
so.
correct.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Ariel will compute that and get to dream on things. Red Dog?
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we are worth the bowels of Mount Gram. If we will get out
So
of
now-
here, then we will think
So now it
about
becomes
Moria.
important for us to live here alive so that we can get there. See?
Yeah, when
Okay,
you say the,
but
the
that's
word
our-
bowels, Targon cannot avoid like feeling a little. And
Sorry,
when
too soon?
he goes to cover his mouth, and then he sees that his hand is filled with gore, and it's like, I need a moment.
Red Dog, right on point.
Goes like a bit farther from you and like tries to breathe.
At this moment, the air goes like throbbing. There's the flame of the torch goes like woof, woof. And there's this sound like there was a blurb in the mountain. Like, woof, woof. And some far echoes.
Well, I think we have nothing to do but to proceed, to try to get back to track, because we were sidetracked by our encounter with the orcs. And perhaps that is good fortune disguising as misfortune, because we might not have found this place and this key otherwise. So see the great will.
Ariel, do a little enhearten.
ways.
Do a little enhearten. If you succeed, +1 hope for everyone. Thanks to that quote you just said
Yeah.
now.
That will be difficult, but I'll do my best. Oh my God! Okay, never mind.
Your best was very good.
But I avoided the eye, So I'm happy.
It's just almost the worst.
Almost the
roll.
worst. Yes. It was.
Oh my God, we are so doomed. Doom and gloom.
We are using up our bad luck in these rolls that don't mean that much. But when the real rolls come up, then we'll be fine.
When we have to fight Sauron, yeah, we will.
So ahead, you see that Ariel feels more energized now with this thing. By the way, he just keeps the key to himself. Unless you ask back for it, I'll just
Absolutely.
add it to my. Yes.
I actually do not feel good feelings about that key,
I feel great feelings about that key. It's exactly what Ariel has dreamt to do, right? To go into unknown places and discover lost things that lead to other mysteries where there will be more lost things. Wow.
Yeah, Targon is not. You remember him? He's not a gloomy, doomy kind of person, but since we started this adventure, it's like he's feeling very intense. Very serious things. I
I
hope that we can lighten our hearts somehow if we get out of here alive.
I told you guys that the campaign was to start on a high note. Huh? Yeah. Okay.
The longer and the darker
Not my-
the darkness is, the brighter the sunrise will be when it happens. So,
Very good. Don't roll an heart and
No, I'm trying. I'm not trying to.
Can we try to orient ourselves, like maybe try to position ourselves relative to the map or something like that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We'll do the skill endeavor in a relative abstract way. So you guys will be, if you do so, when you will be proceeding, we'll go through some form of broad description of your travel through the maze, through the labyrinth, the maze, the complex, whatever. But when something happens, we'll zoom in. But so we'll roll for that, and surely you will find yourself somewhere on the map. Yeah, that will happen. Just let me know when you want to go forward.
Yeah, no, we want to go now. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
I propose we just go. There's nothing.
Very good.
else here.
Very good. Now it's gonna be timed. So remember that we have a skill endeavor with a certain time limit and a certain resistance. You have +1 die thanks to for his map and notes. And skills used for the endeavor are stealth, to tread quietly, scan, to look for signs of forest glyphs, signs that you have not seen so far. Explore, to keep a good sense of orientation and one's whereabouts. Riddle, to make up for the map missing parts. And travel, to read the map properly. So now it's time to roll an explore. Someone wants to roll an explore for the group, please.
I have 2 pips in explore.
I have 2 pips as well, and my difficulty level is 14.
It's the same. Then it's exactly the same as mine.
Yeah, I have 15, so any of you guys. I will roll travel when it's turn to run travel.
So
To roll travel, I will do that.
yeah,
Horrible roll.
it's amazing. We'll never get to the end of this damn thing.
Like 10 sessions later. So remember, you guys, the rule of a skill endeavor is there with the beard long like that.
Actually, yeah, we will look like dwarves with a long beard and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess you guys are going to spend the next 6 to 12 hours just looking for signs of forest glyphs, looking for the right stairs to go down, doubling back on dead-end holes leading to crumbled chambers. You will be for a while, taking rest into like dead shadowy corners, trying to clear your mind and remember, feel in your stomach or somewhere in a part of your skull, where is the north. Trying to just reset your feelings and go forward again. It will take you hours and hours of research, and at some point you guys will find yourself along a corridor, and in this corridor the wall to the side will be cracked and broke open, and that will there is some form of from there you can see, you can see through the crack an immense cave. You're overlooking this, and the cave is possibly 100 meters long by 50 meters wide and 100 meters deep. It's filled with bridges and pass rails and stairs and ladders, platform, terraces, smithing facilities, steaming wells, rope elevators, powered by, you see like the silhouettes of trolls who are just harming those ropes, and pulling those elevators. And that's more or less some kind of view like that. You're gonna have like a peeping view on a massive cave, possibly.
Basic question: how are we seeing this? Because it's all complete darkness. Is there some source of light or?
Do you see the picture now in the scene I've updated on Foundry? There is a crack in the wall. In the corridor you're at the moment, there is a crack in the wall.
Right. Okay.
And it opens onto this
okay,
view.
So the crack is where the light comes from. It's not through where we see all this. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Misunderstanding.
Yeah, this is what you see. And there is there in the platform around the middle of this massive cave. You see that there is some form of a courtyard facing a massive temple-like structure, and dozens upon dozens of orcs are there, rhythmically chanting horrible psalms, dreadful prayers to some kind of god of fear. And atop them, to the front of the temple, between two massive columns, there is this figure of a mad great orc-priest, adorned with some form of like orcish ornaments, and he's leading a ceremony. He's embalmed. The whole populace is embalmed in fumes and incense, and he swings. This priest is swinging high like an iron censer, and the smoke just whirls around him and embalm the whole atmosphere around the congregation. I want everyone to, and this sounds horrible, they're all like, this guy typical orcish, but they're in this form. There is some kind of religious happening, going on. I need everyone before anything else happens. I need everyone to roll a shadow test with valor test. A valor test, please. So one.
This valor test.
Yeah, a feat die plus one die. Valor. Click on your valor. The title of valor. Yeah.
Yay!
I did it.
Okay, Red Dog fail, Ariel fail, Targon succeeds. Okay. Ariel and Red Dog.
So an eye, by the way, not trying to be.
That was an eye. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Red Dog, little eye.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're gonna tell us how that feels. Let's start with you. Yeah. So Ariel and Targon get 1 shadow point each, please. And not Targon. Ariel and Red Dog. Targon, you're fine. And let's listen to Red Dog first. Then have Ariel tell us how that feels, and then finally Targon and why Targon isn't affected. Let's go, Red Dog.
Well, I guess I feel a shiver crossing through spine, and well, I've never seen any vision like that. I already couldn't imagine like how it would have been walking and sneaking through these caves, but seeing that enormous cave opening in the crack and seeing the unspeakable, in a sense, blathering that orc was crying towards the vault was filling me with dread, I suppose. I probably in some dark corners in Mirkwood, when I was alone and walking a bit, straying a bit far from the path, I had this kind of feeling mild, and now it's as if it's being revealed in almost its whole terror.
Lovely
What was
description.
a small sensation, it's now a revelation.
It's your shadow lore, yeah, coming to, creeping on you.
So yeah, I guess I try to hide myself as much as I can, and I keep my back up to the wall.
Very cool.
The
Ariel.
wall of a cave. Still looking around, keeping eyes here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's not the number of orcs and the sudden appearance that affects me. It's the chanting and it sounds something really unnatural and something really sinister. I feel almost a bit mesmerized by it, almost allured by it. And I have to sort of shake myself awake a little bit but it's what I would face 100 orcs, but I don't know, facing that chant and the evidence of the power that is behind all the orcs, that is behind all their deeds. It felt manifested in that chant, so that's what shakes me to the core. Yeah.
Awesome, love it. What's behind the chant and what's fueling this psalmic repetition of I get it. Nice. Targon, how are you not moved by that? I mean, you can be moved, but you won't be taken by the shadow.
Yes, I think that Targon hears the guttural chanting, and it moves something like the reverberations in his chest, and he recognizes there is a dark power in that chanting, in that worship that the orcs do, but he remembers that the true gods are the ones that he himself prays to, and those true gods are above anything that the orcs can worship, and that comforts him in a way.
Sound. You guys can really wrap the scene up or have a conversation about it before we roll again towards the skill endeavor.
So I say, look, we have to try to find a way around this. We don't want to go anywhere near that where they are having this blasphemous ritual.
I mean, are we sure that the map doesn't lead us there?
Am I sure that the map doesn't lead us there?
We are not following it anyway, so probably we go in the opposite direction.
No, there was no haunted temple. There is a haunted dungeon, but that comes after the maze that we haven't even reached yet.
Okay.
So,
well, that actually,
I think we strayed from the true path. I cannot be sure, of course, because the map was incomplete, and these are very winding and confusing ways that we are following. But no, I don't think we are supposed to go through that. I'm assuming, right? Adrian, if I would know otherwise, let me know. So
Targon, for once, tries not to be the gloomy shadow, but a bit of light, and tells his friends, we will have a lot of things to tell Master Elrond when we are back. So we should count ourselves lucky to have seen this.
Yes. I try to fix the image in my head of the details, even though they are even through the darkness, because later when we have time, I'll try to put them to the page and fix them on paper.
Nice.
Yeah.
You want me to
Knowing
draw that?
something is-
Like,
But
I'll try.
you told me once, Arian, knowing something, making it known, robs it of its fear.
Yes.
So
Well, yes. Sometimes the monster in the dark is just the dark, and we put the monsters there with our minds. But sometimes, a few times, but sometimes there are actual real monsters in the dark that are even worse than the ones we create in our minds. So, but yes, point taken.
Red Dog, how do you want to shake yourself out of this and find the courage to go forward?
Well, I don't know if I would really want to go forward inside myself, but I guess the whole photos that I had something from my grandfather, I suppose. I had a token from my grandfather. Now I need to recollect what it was, but I will keep hold of it. And I will murmur among myself an old, not a lullaby, but an old folk song my grandfather used to sing me when I was younger and afraid of the dark. I will murmur it among myself and keep walking.
Lovely.
I think there is a mistake in the shadow points, because I think I have 3, so probably someone else.
You are 3, yeah. You were at 2, you gain 1.
These are the old ones, because here it's written 2.
No, I had 2 and became 3 now. At least that's what it was in my...
Both, you're all at 3 shadows, temporary shadows right now.
Okay.
Each of
Because
them.
I was seeing here it was written 2, so...
I think what's written there is just what's in your character, so you have to update yourself when you
I see. Yeah, I did update.
It's done. Yeah. Very good.
So I think Ariel tries to find paths around it, like stairways, other ways to move around that don't take us right through the middle of 100 orcs singing their cursed songs. So, and try to proceed again, try to have the mapping, this increasingly more theoretical map in his head to go back to the path. I guess there's nothing else we can do, right? We have to.
Very good. All right. Whoever wants to roll riddle, it's his turn now.
I have one die. I have 1 die and the level 14 as well.
Don't forget that there is always hope, in the sense that you.
Yeah.
But I know it's a precious resource, but you have your fellowship
happen, right?
points, yeah.
As an elf, I can make it happen. I can just make it happen, but at the cost of hope. I can use the special.
Yeah.
I can automatically succeed using Elven skill, but
you still need.
Cost of hope.
Hopefully, you still want to hit a great or an extraordinary success. Banking on 2 successes in 1 roll or possibly 3. An automatic success means at least 1 success. It doesn't tell us the quality of it. So
it's true.
It's between you to metagame that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see any good option. We have. I mean, ultimately we have low.
Yeah, but I think if you go with your Elven skill, at least we have 1 success, and if you have some riddle pips, potentially.
No, I have no riddle pips. I have 0.
Okay, none of us has riddle pips.
I do.
No.
I do.
You can. Did you have the synthesis of players' characters macro set up? Yeah. So you can see that there is one pip in Riddle for Red Dog, and that's it.
Oh, that's right. I forget I have this.
That's too bad.
What's that?
What is this?
Woo!
I did.
But why did you roll 3
I spent
dice?
1 point of hope. Wasn't it 1 bonus for the map? Or not?
And one
Oh.
for the hope, yes.
And 1 for the hope, and
Yeah,
1 for the
one
pip.
for
Yeah, correct. Very well done.
Hey, that's very cool.
Great success. Okay, that's counting to 2 towards the skill endeavor.
Take
Okay.
that, orcs.
So knowing that Riddle is to make up for the map missing parts, how do you think Red Dog puts that together? It can be like the two of you, it can be like you take the map from his hands, double check, something happens with you, like making up for the map missing parts. You're back into the maze.
There must be some landmark we recognize at some point potentially, or I think I recognize, and then I guess if there are missing parts, I try to infer the shortest way, maybe, or the safest way between the two of them. But yeah.
Well, if you have been in Mirkwood, like you are used to mazes, like the forest is amazing.
Yeah,
itself.
I suppose.
Nice. At some point, you guys, you feel that possibly since the torture chambers, you've been on your way for maybe 12, 18 hours on a long, never-ending stroll, ever deeper, taking stairs downward, ever downward, and you finally enter this circular chamber, which is big enough, I would say, about 15 meters in diameter, and about vaulted ceilings, and four pillars, like massive tree trunks arching under this big vault, 10 meters high above you. And in the center of the chamber, you can see a mound of sort, and it's made of. As you approach it, the torch, a single torch, really has barely enough power to lit the whole place. And as you advance, one with the light source, your shadows projected on all on this environment. You see that this mound in the center is made of skulls. Hundreds of them. Skulls upon
what?
skulls upon skulls. Skulls of dwarves.
Oh.
And each of them has a black slashed mark on it. Very reminiscent of the black horn orcish symbol, the symbol of the black hawk. The Black Horn tribe of Mount Graham. And those skulls are just beyond ancient.
Okay, so there seems to be no one here. It's just us.
Correct.
Because I'm properly spooked now. All right. I carefully approach closer to the mound, taking care not to trigger any trap or whatever. I don't know why, but I feel really uneasy in this place. And see if there is anything other than a pile of skulls, or if there is some structure, some indication of what this is precisely. If it's a ceremony, a religious, sort of a site of a religious ritual, or something else.
You can see that some of those skulls look like some of them are bare bone, sleek white, like creamy bone color, possibly aged, beyond time. Some of them look like the mummified heads, with this desiccated skin on it, and remains of hair, kind of nicely mummified ancient dwarf heads, possibly among the skulls as well. An old helm or helmet, or mostly
Okay.
just skulls, and some of them mummified.
Is there some other? So does the path continue? Is there is there an opening on the other side?
Yes, there are a few openings there. Yeah,
Okay.
that will take you again into the skill endeavor.
But
Well,
this pile, it's not an ordered pile. Like it's so somebody took the skulls from the bodies and painted the horn and put them all here. It has a meaning. And,
yes.
I mean, the orcs did this, obviously, right? Because they have the symbol. So this is it has some sort of meaning for the orcs. Probably a memory of them taking the fortress from the orcs.
Yes.
From the dwarves.
This, I think this is a sort of blasphemous celebration of their victory. Amassing the skulls of all their enemies and defiling them with their symbol as a sort of a monument to themselves that they put here. I feel that that's what happened here.
Are there any traces near the pile? Any food?
Like tracks or footsteps, stuff
tracks.
like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well, I guess yes and no. Like you could make for like there was some kind of activity around the mount, and it looks like the place wasn't occupied for a while, for sure. At this
I don't want
point,
to linger in this place
yeah, just
much
as
longer.
very good. Just as you say that, there's the air just goes like woof, woof, and what was left of this torch goes off, and you're in the dark all of a sudden, all of you.
Yes, that was fun.
Okay, I immediately light another torch.
With your Zippo.
I don't know what we use to light torches. I'll be honest.
Well,
Flames, I suppose. Flames,
use
right?
flint and steel, but it takes a bit of time,
I imagine it does, yes. So that's what I'm doing.
Very good.
Okay, so I cover him. I unsheath my sword and I cover him just in case.
Like it.
I keep
I
my
guess-
back to. I was still somehow as close to a.
By the way,
Wall or
when you
something,
describe that, does it feel unnatural, these sudden movements of air that you described that? Do they
No,
feel
it feels
something unnatural?
it feels right. It feels right in the sense that physically there are some entrances, exits in the mountain, and air is circulating through the labyrinth, and at sometimes there are like gulfs of air, you know, like that are swallowed from one place to the next because maybe someone opened a little door, you know, on the other side of the mountain. You don't know, you know. Sometimes you have those shaking in the atmosphere. If there was something out of the ordinary regarding, you know, I don't know, whatever else, I would make you roll.
Okay, so I propose we continue right here. I don't like this place.
He's laughing at us.
No, I don't like this place. I like the quote.
Profoundly dislike this place. Let me rephrase this.
Okay, so let me go and take one of the skulls.
Why would you do that? Why on God's green earth would you do that? If I see Targon trying to do this, I say, what are you doing, Targon? I think this is an ill-conceived idea.
I was going to undefile one of the skulls by removing the horn from it. But yeah, I don't know. It felt right at the moment.
I am
Targon
uneasy.
with a skull in his hand. Like, okay, I have a skull in my hand. Okay, and I'm about to do like cleaning it.
Right. Some are some of those marks are painted with it's charcoal. Some of the marks are incised with with a sharp object. And yeah. Now you pick one of them. One of them skull is one of those mummified one. Yeah. You see that there is something like this one comes from a tomb. Yeah. Surely that it couldn't be preserved as like it is now, like it is, if it wasn't, you know, preserved in some form of tomb. So it was desecrated.
Okay, so I'm actually desecrating an orc monument, which is a desecration of the dwarf. So I'm undesecrating it. I've invented the verb undesecrate. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, Robin Hood. I rob the ones that robbed us, and I desecrate the ones that desecrated the dwarves. Come on.
Well done.
Okay, so I say to the dwarf skull, I'm sorry, I cannot do more for you. And I leave the skull there in the ground.
Nice. Very much in character.
If we tell the dwarves about this, I mean, well, I mean, if they could assault this place and retake it, they would have done it. So, anyway,
I suggest we continue.
To reconquer this place.
It's too far away from anything, from what they have. Well, okay, I do suggest that we continue. We have a long way to go. If my understanding of the map is correct, then we have a long way to go still. And so that's what I propose, that we continue marching on until we reach some place, another clear sort of waypoint, or if we find some place soon where we can rest, because I think it's been a while since we last had.
I was trying to say, because like,
but we won't rest here. Can we agree that we will not rest here?
We can rest under all those doubts.
Old bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. It would be too dark to rest here.
So the plan is to look for a place to rest, yeah, somewhere. It's been possibly a minimum of 18 hours. You're not really sure.
Maybe we can make a push for a few hours still, but then soon we'll need some rest. So I propose that we try to still follow the map, but as soon as we find some place that looks kind of hidden and safe, then we stop and rest.
I agree.
Very good.
Sounds like a good.
All right.
Adi, sorry, will you tell us when 2 days have passed since they wounded me?
Yes. Sure. Sure. Makes sense. All right, but sure enough, you continue. You push forward. Corridors, tunnels, stairs, halls. Not many signs of orcs. Like you've been lucky enough to avoid. You can hear them. Their laughters. Sometime a clang somewhere. Things are going on. There are goings on, and you just try to avoid making a mess and just slip into the zones you see on voice map. There's a no dead end, not that way, this kind of tips. So you manage to continue on your way towards the haunted dungeon. And let's have someone at this point roll for the group towards the skill endeavor, the skill travel.
Yes, that's me. Me.
Lose one die, don't forget.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a hope too.
Mighty.
Yeah. Well, I hope
To make up for the yeah.
Yeah. So it will be 1 bonus die and 1 hope point. And okay, it already knows that I have 2 dice. Okay. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Well, 4.
That's sad.
Oh fuck!
Just a normal success.
Just a normal
That's sad.
success. That was
Yeah,
so. Well,
Anyway,
good try.
so many dice, not 6.
Yeah, that's pretty unlikely actually.
Exactly, yeah. Well, anyway, so.
So that's 1 success. Okay. This is when you see that you took the map in your hands, Targon. You double check everything. You see that finally you've reached some kind of there's some kind of choke point on the map, and that is definitely and surely the way forward. And but it takes you. You follow this map and this corridor, and there's this archway opening before you, all three, and you reach this chasm, and the doorway opens onto a chasm about 10 meters deep below you, and 10 meters higher. Possibly it's open. You cannot see in the darkness from above. Can't really make out for the edges, but there is this unpassable chasm, and to the other side, about I would say 15 meters, right in front of you, there is another archway, and between your archway and the one in front of you, there is this thin bridge, just about 50 centimeters as it exits, it leaves the archway, and it's like a 20 centimeter wide, like just for 1 foot, one big foot to cross in the middle, and then it widens a little bit. It just springs from one archway to the other over the chasm. Your typical, and there is no rails. It's just this thin jutted arm of stone hanging in the air between two archways, two doorways. So you guys, and the map confirms that yes, this is definitely one of the choke points you have to go through, and passing that, you'll be on the right way. So there's probably no way around that.
Okay,
What
so
do you guys do?
is this a good place to rest? Is there some little hidden?
No,
place
it's no,
about here?
it's most terrible place to rest.
Okay. So you just have to cross that totally safe bridge over there, or passway, or whatever.
May I remind you that you found some things in Oswalda's chest, yeah? It's a nest,
Yeah, we
things.
found torches. We found.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the torches. Not sure about what.
And rope.
So they are a rope.
Rope. Yes, that's right. 6 torches and 1 rope. Yeah.
Oh, but I'm pretty sure we also
At least
had
we could
rope.
secure.
What kind of ranger doesn't have a rope?
Yeah. Yeah, we had the rope, I think, in the beginning anyway. So
The difference between this rope and your rope is that your rope then wouldn't count as a useful item. But Oswalda's rope would, in that case. Just
that will
technically.
help us cross more safely, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I think then one of us needs to take the rope to the other side and tie it in some place, and that will help the rest cross safely. Is that
Yeah, I mean,
does
does the rope is long enough to cross the bridge?
It should do, yeah.
Okay, so the first one crossing could also have the rope, and the other two like grab it in case.
yeah, yes.
He falls.
Can still keep hold of the rope.
All right.
So
Whoever crosses the bridge will have to roll athletics +2 dice.
I have two pips.
I have
Seems
3
that
pips in
Argon is,
athletics.
Sorry? Oh, I can look that up. I keep forgetting. We don't have to spend time. Okay,
I
so
have 3 pips. Now I notice that my target number for strength is 14, not 15. But whatever. Because I had the virtue of lowering the target number for
then you are definitely better than me at this.
All right, that's weird. You didn't take that into account into your rating on the synthesis of players' characters. But we know. We know.
Yeah, but when I roll the
It will roll all right. It will roll 14.
yeah. Okay, so I have 1 extra die with the roll.
2. Now the rope is useless at the moment,
Okay,
but the natural roll is a +2.
+2 dice.
Yeah, it's not a big
Why?
deal, you know. It's a thin bridge. That's all.
Okay, yeah. You just have to imagine that it's no bridge at all. That you are walking on.
Yeah,
the
it's just a
normal
piece of ground. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, there you have it.
Are
Well-
you trying to fail this?
I'm almost trying to fail this. I mean,
Yeah,
have you
that
seen-
came
have-
pretty close.
Have you seen all the
Fucking hell.
dice? Like I think 4 was the highest.
A chance you're not weary. Imagine you were Riri now, and it would be gone.
No, I'd be dead. I'd be dead.
All right,
It
you,
look,
you
2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 3. It's like it's highly unlikely.
tell us how it looks and what do you do next?
Well, I grab the rope and I cross without thinking too much about it, and I have like a bit of misstep, but I reposition myself like using my long arms and legs, and I cross the bridge like not gracefully, but you know, okay enough. So it's like it's not elven grace what you see.
Yeah,
It's
I try
just
to
human.
encourage Targon. There is no
Human
bridge. There is no bridge. Thinking totally convinced that I'm helping with this, Targon, there is no bridge. Just
I've
calm and
almost
carry on.
have no bridge under my feet. I almost do. So I want to tie the rope somewhere in the other side and then throw the other
where they're not holding their end of it. The rope unraveled behind you, as you crossed.
Okay.
They were holding their end of it.
Okay, then I tie the rope at the closest place I can in this side of the bridge.
That's no problem at all. You can even that's no problem at all. You find an old torch holder empty, and you tie it there. Whoever goes next, roll an athletics +3.
Okay, Ariel will go next. +3. Jesus.
That is elven grace.
There you go. That's how you do it. I nimbly just walk as a stroll, like there was nothing.
On the rope, not on the bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come on.
3 or 4 little jumps.
It's
Get
like
to the other side.
the job of the elves is making all the rest of us feel so inadequate.
Inadequate. How was I cast in this?
It's like going to the gym and everybody else is, I don't know, The Rock, Schwarzenegger, Dolph Lundgren, and you are you. And it's like,
and this is a scholar elf. Huh?
yeah, exactly. And he's smart too, so come on.
All right. You have two extra successes there, yes, Ariel. So tell us how, if you want to contribute to Red Dog's role, you can give him 2 extra successes, 2 extra die towards that.
Yeah, so I don't know how I want to do that.
It can be something like a motivational talk of sort of, or maybe you show him like do this, you find a way.
That sounds very easy.
Anyway, when you re-roll that,
focus your eyes onwards. Focus on your eyes on Targon or in myself, and
don't look while you're walking. You're stepping on.
And just keep your hands on the rope and let the rope guide you. Don't look down. There you go.
How is Red Dog doing with height in general?
Good question. Well, I guess I'm used to climbing trees to some extent, so I'm not excessively scared, but I'm wary of heights as well as many other things. So yeah, don't feel too overconfident in such a situation.
All right, so you can roll athletics +5, please.
+5. Can you roll something +5?
Probably not actually.
Okay, so roll athletics
+3
+3
yeah.
and favored.
Favor. How do I mark it as?
You click on the little 12-sided die to activate the favored.
Okay, yeah, done. Okay, let's try and see.
There you go.
Very good. Okay, you guys are past that. What do you do with the rope?
Well, we take it with us. We were not tying the other end, right? We were just using that in case we slipped and fell.
Good to know.
So we're tying the end on the end that we are after we cross it.
Anyway,
like
even if it was tied, I untied it before cross.
Yeah, exactly. The last person would untie anyway. Yeah.
Brilliant. And you push forward, and that's when you this seemingly easy feat to go past this bridge. This moment of concentration, sort of, in fact, just drained the three of you quite a bit, and it could. You may have been roaming this the bottom of this, the belly of this beast for possibly 24 hours now. And yeah, that was a long stroll. You feel exhausted, and you somehow find a dark corner. Just let me know how it looks. What do you find, and where do you hide?
Well, if there is I suppose these places must have had like storage rooms, places where they would put barrels and all kinds of implements and things, like storage places. So if we find one of those abandoned long ago, then that would be a place that where we could make a bit of a camp, and it would be out of the way. Even if they're crossing patrols, they would not usually get into all the nooks and crannies, right? So I think that would be a plausible location that could be here.
Totally makes sense. That's where you guys can decide to have whatever kind of rest you want. Targon needs a long rest to recover 1 day. A short rest, you will recover 1 day injury. But a long rest on top of that will give you strength points of toughness, yeah? And you're right.
Because how is everyone doing in terms of... Actually, let me look at this. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, only Targons needs 2 points of toughness fixed.
No.
So, and you would need a long rest to do that, which means like...
I guess we can, if it feels safe.
Yes, we can do that, and also we can recover some of the hope, right, using fellowship points.
Absolutely. Yeah. You guys can recover as much as 4 hope points right now, if you wish.
So let me see here. It's
between the three of you.
Prolonged rest, right? I will click my prolonged rest button.
Yeah, which means like something like a 6 hours stay,
And hope, how are you?
Needs more hope points.
I'm at 7 out of 11. 7, 11.
Okay, so you need more.
I have 8.
So
I have 9 hope.
Should we
you
do
can
2, 1, 1? 2 for me, 1 for each of you.
Yeah.
Is it 3 or 4? What? How much do
4.
Okay.
4. So what you described sounds good. 2 for whoever has the least, and 1 for the rest of us.
Nice.
Let's do this. Bling. Ka-ching.
So down to 0 fellowship points.
It says so here in the... Nice.
It actualized. What did happen here? Why do we have still 1 point of...
Okay, so I said that I'm wounded for 1 more day, Adi, in the
Yeah, can you edit that yourself? Yeah?
You are
You're muted, Adrian.
You can edit that yourself, yeah?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Go ahead.
one more day and I will be...
Very good.
So I guess that in any case, Red Dog can also tend to my wound, like change the...
Yeah, I still have the balm.
Yeah, I can... Is that doable multiple times on the same wound?
No, but I guess not in a mechanical way, but I guess a wound needs to be tended every day, even if there is no mechanical.
Good faster,
right?
And then...
Yeah, you change the what's the name? Cataplasm, the poultice or whatever it is. Bandages. How does it look, Red Dog?
Sorry.
What's there? What's there? You applied on Targon's wound.
Yeah. So, it's almost. I suppose it's a kind of powder thing that I can mix with some water and then I apply or something like that.
Yeah, a poultice of dried clay. Yeah,
and
that sucks the.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. We'll take a little breaky, a real one, a real little bio for us as well. We'll synchronize fantasy and reality there. And but we'll reconvene as soon as you guys are ready. Your long rest was enjoyable, as much as one can imagine a rest can be in this kind of circumstances. Of course, going to ask you all to roll for awareness. -2, please.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Really? Okay. Yeah. 2. 4.
Oh wow.
Do you have 4 dice in awareness?
You are
I
muted.
spent a point of hope.
Say again?
Spent a point of hope.
You did? Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's make that count then.
Great success.
You guys have rested. I assume that you've packed your things. Nothing out of the ordinary happened during this time. And
sorry. Before I continue, I just sorry. Red Dog, you have no points in awareness, so you spend a point of hope, but then it was a -2 roll, so it should not have been. Maybe I should have shut my mouth.
Red Dog has 3 in awareness.
Oh, okay. So I misread. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, 3 minus 2 plus 1. Yeah. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. If you guys are ready to push forth, you're welcome to do so.
Well, what else is there to do? So yes, absolutely. I think we continue. We leave this little side sort of storage place and go back to what appears to be the main path. and follow along it.
As soon as
Always with one
Yeah.
with one torch lit, and trying to sort of carefully go and try to hear ahead of us, so that we are not caught unawares by some ambush like it happened before. So,
unfortunately, at this point, there is this draft in the passage, and the torch has a difficulty to lit, and that's when Red Dogs notices something a little bit unusual. You see, in front of you, Red Dogs, as the Targon and Ariel are struggling to light this damn torch. You go a little bit ahead, and you see a trail of phosphorescent marks on the floor, like something was dripped, drop by drop, and forming this kind of phosphorescent liquid trail, you know, of one drop here, a bit more there, and definitely shines in the dark. This you know, this greenish phosphorescent hue, you know.
I kneel down and have a look at the hue a bit more carefully. How big are these drops?
They're like, you know, someone was pouring something out of possibly a container or something, just to give you an idea of the quantity. Yeah, so you have a splash here, and that goes along this tunnel.
Is it still wet, or
Yes,
has it? So it's quite recent.
yes.
Probably. Does it smell at all before I touch it?
It's hard to say. Could smell of mushroom.
Murky. Maybe is leading us astray. Well,
light, you piece of shit.
I'll keep an eye at the trail.
While you do all that, sort of Ariel and Targon are trying to give each other apparently helpful suggestions on how to light the torch better.
Have you
Like,
never
no,
have
like
you
this,
never
no,
lit
like
a
that.
torch before? You're
Not
600 years
in
old,
a
my God.
orc-infested tunnel, no.
What do you do, Red Dog, at this point? You see your companions just having this childish struggle.
There is on the floor. Show them the drops and where it leads. Is it going the same direction we are going?
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, okay. But to be clear, we after Red Dog shows us that, we still need the torches to see properly. Like the light from the drops is not intense enough to be able to let us see anything, right?
Yeah, the torch is lit finally.
Okay. Well, okay. So, does anyone here know what would leave tracks such as these?
I don't think I've seen anything like this before.
Well, so we proceed with caution, but there is nothing for it. We must proceed. There's no other way, right? There's no other way, right? I'm assuming that.